What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode, a very important episode of our Vancouver Canucks be a GM mode. So in the last episode, the LA Kings came at us with an offer, and I believe the offer was straight up Tyler Toffoli for a first round pick. So let me just digest this really quickly before we hop into the episode here. So our first round pick, I'm honestly not too worried about it at all. If we end up trading our first round pick, this draft is pretty much going to be nothing for us, and then next year we'll move on. So trading our first round pick would not be bad, simply because we do have so many prospects that are ready to come up. You got Jake Bean, who's going to be ready next year. You got Sam Steele, Joe Gattenby, all these guys, Gettinger, Nikolai Ehlers, they all may be ready for next year. So I don't really mind getting rid of a first round pick. So you go ahead and look at Tyler Toffoli here. And Tyler Toffoli, obviously a young player, only 26 years old, 86 overall. He's got the green star potential, so I think he can still get to the 87, 88 overall. He's only got 1 year left on his contract. He's going to look for upwards of $5 million next year, which isn't a bad thing because we have Thomas Vanek, who is, I'm really lost on kind of what to do with Thomas Vanek here, because Thomas Vanek doesn't have a lot of trade value, got a big cap hit, he's having a decent year, might hit 30 goals again, but really Thomas Vanek has been nothing but awesome for us. He's been so good. 42 goals last year, and he's got 43 points in 62 games this year, playing on the second line. So that's honestly a huge positive, is that Thomas Vanek has been so good. So, and another reason why I don't want to go after Tyler Toffoli, so say for example we end up trading, just throwing it out there, like a second round pick and Thomas Vanek for Tyler Toffoli, alright? Say that happens, okay? Say, hypothetically speaking, that happens. So, then you got Toffoli, Matthews, and Horvat, and then next year rolls around when Jake Virtanen's ready to be on the second line. Where the hell am I going to put Toffoli, you know? There's actually a comment that I want to bring up from Zachary. He says, Duclair, Matthews, Johnson. Okay, let's try that out. Duclair, Matthews, Johnson, and then Vanek, Horvat, Yakupov. So I like that a lot for a couple reasons, and you guys will tell me in the comments. So a few reasons why I really like this lineup change. So Austin Matthews clearly needs to be on the first line. We're not helping his progression by playing him on the second line at all. And even S. Stevenson, he agrees with him. Thank God someone else isn't blind, and he says, simple solutions by Zach. I love that. That's awesome. So we're not helping Austin Matthews' growth by playing him on the second line, obviously. The thing is, I really like this line for a few reasons. Look at Duclair's passing. Also look at his skating and shooting category. This guy is poised to be a 80-point player. Austin Matthews, 93 passing, okay? And Tyler Johnson at a measly 90. So all these guys can score, all these guys can pass, they can really do it all. And that makes Bo Horvat play in his natural position, which I want to do. Even though he's not playing bad on the wing, I think that he will do a lot better in the center position. Also, Yakupov having not a terrible year, but he's got the red star potential. He's only got a couple years to prove himself here, making $5 million. So back to the trade here. If I was going to go after Tyler Toffoli, great. We get a bona fide second line sniper, which we kind of already have. So I guess let's kind of weigh out our options to make it easier here. The positive to getting Tyler Toffoli is you get a young sniper to play on the second line. That's really the only positive I can think. I guess we save a little bit of cap, but not really that much. Is going to want big money next year. The negative to that is when Jake Virtanen is 85, 86 overall next year, I'm not going to play him on the third line. I got to play him on the second line. So we also, a negative is you risk losing Thomas Vanek for nothing. Do we bring him back for one more year to play him on the third line as a 36, 37 year old? It was only going to be 82 or 83 overall. So I mean, there's some positives, but I think that the negatives outweigh the positives, and I don't want to ruin Jake Virtanen. He is definitely going to be ready next year to play on the second line. You know what? Maybe we can bring Thomas Thomas Vanek back for $2 million to play on a third line sniping role, where you're probably going to see Riley Smith be gone at the end of this year because we have players like Sam Steele, Nikolai Ehlers. We have a lot of players coming up. So I kind of made the choice that I'm not going to go ahead and I am not going to trade for Tyler Toffoli. I'm not going to do it. I'm simply just not going to do it. I get what people are trying to tell me to trade for him, a young sniper coming over for only a first round pick. I understand that, but I think we can use our first round pick to work on our defense. I think that we can tighten up our defense a little bit, if anything. Goaltending we're pretty much perfect in, but I really just don't see the point in either losing Thomas Vanek for nothing, because we could bring Thomas Vanek back for next year, like I mentioned, and have Jake Virtanen here, where Riley Smith will turn into Sam Steele or Nikolai Ehlers. So I'm not going to make the trade. I'm not going to do it. I think I've explained it enough to where it makes a lot of sense. There's going to be a lot of people saying, oh, you should have got him, blah, 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 but it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us to make that move. But I do like the line changes, putting Bo Horvat on the second line with Vanek and Yakupov. I think that's going to be a hell of a line, and our first line is going to be just crazy. Ryan Clough, absolutely not. So I guess there was a trade that happened, had to put him on waivers, so we win 5-1. Chris Russell for a first round pick. Okay, see, tighten up our defense. Another two-way defenseman, though. He's 31 years old, 1 year left on his contract. He's good, but realistically, we don't need another two-way defenseman. I don't really have a place to put him. I'm going to say no to that one, although I'll keep it open. I'll definitely keep my options open. Okay, so Tyler Toffoli's gone anyways. He went to a couple trades happened here. So Tyler Toffoli went to Tampa Bay in exchange for a first-round pick and DeBrincat. So a pretty big trade there. So even if we wanted to make that trade, it's already happened. That ship has sailed. Good luck in Tampa Bay, Tyler Toffoli. So we're gonna hop into the trade deadline. We're honestly probably gonna get the entire year done in this video, and then hop into the playoffs in the next video here. So we're gonna hop into the game against the Ducks, but we got to go to our trade negotiations. I'm sure some trades are going to be coming in. A couple trades happen. Andrew Shaw for a second round pick, Tennyson for a third. Okay, there you go. Couple of small trades coming in. We got an offer from the San Jose Sharks, a first and a second for Brent Burns. Brent Burns, 1 year left on his contract, 33 years old. There's no need for me to pay that much for a 33-year-old defenseman, although Brent Burns would be sick. It's just not worth it for me right now. So I'm not going to make any moves. I'm going to have a look at, Brent Burns went for a first and a couple prospects. So Brent Burns, a typical Boston Bruin. I think he is going to do extremely well with the Bruins, a big bad Bruin. So let me have a look around the NHL. Maybe there's a defensive move that we could make, potentially. I'm not too sure. Let me have a look around the NHL. But if I don't make a move, don't be surprised here, because we are pretty much set. I'm pretty happy at where we're at going into the playoffs. I mean, if we did trade for Chris Russell, we'd have to give up like Chris Tanev, where I really don't want to do that. He's not even, there he is, Chris Tanev. So I really don't want to give up Chris Tanev. He's great defensively. It's all, you know what, I'm not going to make a move. I'm done. I'm not going to make a move. There's nothing coming at us. I am fine with where we are. I am okay with the team right now. Zbigniew Mahalik, no. Maxime Talbot, absolutely not. So we're 35-20-8. We're going to get the rest of the regular season completed in this video, and then we're going to hop into the playoffs. So I'm glad I didn't make a move. I'm happy with the changes that we did with the lineup, bringing Horvat to the second line down the middle instead of having him on the wing. So I think the biggest thing here is just win a bunch of games where we should be a playoff team, but I really would like some home ice advantage. That would be kind of nice going into the postseason. I don't think we're too many points behind I think it's Anaheim who's a little bit ahead of us. So I don't think we're too many points behind Anaheim, but we got to get the big victories here, especially against the Western Conference teams. I guess we can afford to lose against the Ottawa Senators there, but let's get some more W's here, guys, up against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have pretty much the exact same record as us. 2-1 loss. Come on, guys. Start picking it up. We're losing a few games of late. Come on, another loss there. Oh, boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so only got like 10 to like 15 games left before the regular season is over, and we are losing games left and right. We're losing like 2-1 games. We had some tough opponents though. There you go, big victory there. 37, 25, and 9. Okay, hold on here. Let's have a look where we are on the standings before I start freaking out. All right, where are we here? We're second in the Pacific, so I think we're safe. I think we should just try to obviously win as many games as we possibly can. But yeah, there's probably 10 or 12 games left. Let's go all the way to here, and I'll slow sim the last 3 games of the regular season. But let's win some games here, guys. I would love to have home ice advantage in the playoffs. Come on, let's get those victories. There you go. Let's get 40 wins before we hit 26 losses. How about that? Up against the big bad Dallas Stars, Tyler Seguin, and we lose. There's the 26 loss. Oh no, come on guys. It seems like every team that we're playing has a really good record. 3-2 loss there. Come on, we got to compete here. If we're going to be a threat in the playoffs, we got to make sure we can win these games. Come on here. Another loss. Oh my god. That was an overtime loss, so we got the pity point. 38, 27, and 10. Again, I think we're going to be a playoff team. Actually, I know we are. I mean, if we were to drop 12 in a row, I'd be a little bit concerned, but I think we're going to be all right. Big win there. Big Western Conference points. These games are must wins here. Come on. Come on. Make it 40 victories against the Oilers. Oh, no, no, no. We lose. Okay, it's totally fine. I'm not starting to freak out yet. Okay, maybe 39, 29, and 10. The only thing I'm concerned about is those 10 overtime losses. That is a lot of overtime losses that we just handed away. Extra points we're throwing out of the garbage. Extra points we're just throwing away here. And we have had a terrible end. A absolutely terrible end to this year. This has been a terrible, terrible stretch. But we still have 89 points. We're going to be a playoff team. Honestly, I would really, really like to catch the Ducks. That would be absolutely huge. Let's get a couple slow sim games here. Let's go. First period, 2-1. Ryan Kessler, of course, and Noel, but Provorov scores there. Oh, we got 2 Bishops going on. I was like, what? He scored on his own goalie? We have Ben Bishop and A Bishop. I don't know who that is, but period number 2, 3-3. There you go. You tie it up. Luke Glendening and Thomas Vanek, baby. There you go. Come on, let's score on A Bishop. Don't let goals in on B Bishop. You got to score on A Bishop. Come on, let's go. 26 shots, 24. Come on, guys. Get a big goal. Austin Matthews, I'm looking at you, buddy. The future of his team. The future captain. Oh, huge PK. Oh, we lose. Ryan freaking Kessler. Ryan freaking Kessler. Oh my god. That fucking guy, man. Ryan Kessler. Okay, so we're going to slow sim this game here. We're not going to catch the Ducks, I don't think. We're now 6 points behind. Yeah, we're definitely not going to catch the Ducks. We're going to be in 3rd place. Let's just go ahead and get these games done here against our future rival in Argento and the Arizona Coyotes. 2-0 Glendening shorthanded and Alexander Edler. 3-0 Thomas Vanek. 5-1 Duclair gets one on his old team. We score our 2nd shorthanded goal. Hampus Lindholm there, making it a 5-2 hockey game. So there you go. That's going to be the end of the... Oh, no, sorry. I have one more game here against Calgary. So let's get that last game done. See who we're going to face in the playoffs. I don't want to hit 30 losses. Come on. I don't want to get 30 losses. I'd like Johnson to hit 30 goals, though. Come on, Johnson. You can do it here against the Calgary Flames, against the Flamers. 30 goals for Johnson. Come on. Oh, he didn't even get it, and we lost another one in OT. My God. Those OT games absolutely killed us there. So 93 points on the year. Not bad. Thank God we had that stretch where we won like 5 or 6 in a row. Like right here, we're just winning games like crazy. But thank God we had that, because we would have been screwed. We had an absolutely terrible end to the year. Let's see how many wins we had after the trade deadline. So we had 1, we had 2, 3, 4, 5 wins in how many games? So we ended up having 5 wins in our last 19 games. That is not cool, Vancouver. Come on. Come on, guys. You are going to do better in the playoffs against the Edmonton Oilers. You've done what I asked and earned 40 wins. That's great. Up against the Oilers in the 1st round. That is awesome. Unfortunately, we did not get the home ice advantage. We're going to be up against Eberle. We're going to be up against Hall, Nugent Hopkins, and I guess Connor Connor McDavid. So that is going to be quite a playoff series here. We just actually made it into the playoffs, so that's huge. Where were we for goals for? We're 13th, middle of the road. Goals against, we're number 8. That's all Ben Bishop, baby. Goals against per game, number 8. Power play goals, kind of in the middle. Power play was right in the middle, I guess. Where are we here? PK, we're number 13. It's not terrible. Home and away, pretty much the exact same, but 2, 4, and 4 in our last 10. So definitely a poor end to the season, but I think that we're going to be all right going into the playoffs here. We are 1 year removed from being bounced in the first round, and I do not want that to happen this year. So in the next episode, we'll hopefully get past the Edmonton Oilers and hopefully get on to the second round. That would be really nice. So Duclair and Tyler Johnson both had 66 points each. Thomas Vanek had 63. That's awesome. Attaboy Vanek. Even at 35 years old, he's getting it done. 29 goals. Vyakupov, 60 points. That's not bad for a second liner, I guess. Austin Matthews, 55. Had a bit of a weird year. He's up and down the lineup. Horvat, 54. That is a career high for Bo Horvat. There you go. Hampus Lindholm, 48. Again, a career high. Alexander Edler, 41 points. He's hasn't been a plus player in quite a long time. Josh Morrissey, J Money, he had 29 points, 14 goals. The thing with J Money is he's going to score you goals. He's not going to get as many assists. He will put pucks in the net. He's very offensive. Jake Virtanen, 29 points. Look for a little bit more out of him for next year. Riley Smith going to be gone next year, but it's still nice to see him get 25 points there. Sorry, 24. Jared McCann, exact same thing. Provorov, Killorn, Glendening, Hutton, all those guys. There you go. Rookie goalies, Mackenzie Blackwood went 6 and 7. Rookie skaters, Benjamin Hutton and Ben Bishop actually played pretty decent this year. 5 shutouts. That's a fantastic year for Big Ben. I am definitely okay with that. So let's have a look at the NHL leaders here, and then we'll call this one an episode. So Tyler Seguin, 106 points. My goodness. Steve Stamkos, 101. P. Kane, 101. Claude Giroux right behind him there with 97 points. We had 2 50-goal scorers this year, 55 and 51. Tarasenko almost hit the big 5-0. Ovechkin, Carter, Malkin, Nash, and Parise. Tarasenko almost hit the big 5-0. Ovi, Carter, Malkin, Parise, and Rick Nash there, rounding out the top 8. Check out defensemen just for fun. Do a full recap here. Oliver Ekman-Larsson led the way with 79 points, and Shea Theodore with 20 goals for the Anaheim Ducks. And that is that. Goaltenders, Ben Bishop actually had the most wins at 34, which is nice. Attaboy. Shutouts went to Steve Mason and John Gibson. And then rookie skaters, just to have a look here. Morgan Klinchuk had 60 points in his rookie year. Dylan Strome, 54. Braden Point, D'Angelo, Joshua Hosang, Nikita Sherbeck, Ryan Spruill, and Brandon Pierlini. So a couple of Arizona guys there. Next year you might see Argento there. But you know who's going to be ahead of Argento next year? My boy, Joe Gattenby. That is right. Rookie goalies, there it is. Nick McBride, Brandon Halverson. There you go. That's going to be it. So thank you guys for watching a little bit. I was kind of actually concerned there that we weren't doing that great at the end of the year. That was really freaking me out. But we're going to be just fine. Our AHL team had a unreal year, actually. 49, 19, and 6. So they could be poised for another Calder Cup run there. Let's check out how they did, actually, just for fun. Honestly, I really want to check how Joe Gattenby did in his first pro year playing with the Utica Comets. So Nikolai Ehlers had a crazy year. He had 78 points, 31 goals. There you go. Habersnitch right behind him. Colin Smith right there. Hunter Shinkaruk. Honestly, I don't even know if Hunter Shinkaruk's ever going to make it. 80 overall. Alexander Semeny still here, still with the big contract. 76 overall, ripping it up in the AHL. Sam Steele's now 80 overall, so he's definitely ready for next year. Joe Gattenby, 40 points plus 18. Oh, sorry, it wasn't his first year. He played last year, had 29 points, but a much better year for Joe Gattenby. Hopefully he's ready for next year. Jake Bean, hopefully as well, 30 points. Andre Padan, Brendan Gaunch, True, Sean Day, there you go. Wickstrand, there it is. Rookie goalies, Joe Fleshler, 28 and 8. What a tank. Hopefully he gets ready for the next few years, and Alex Dubois didn't do that bad either. 21 and 12. That's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the first round of the playoffs against the Edmonton Oilers.
That felt good. Well, that's all I got. The show is over, as they say.